I have had this rant before, but damn it, I shall have it again. There is a club called Ittihad Tangier in Morocco. It is just across the border. It is 93 kilometers away. We will never ever face them because they're in a different continent. They're in a different group. However, Tobil Kastanai is a mere 6,749 kilometers, 4,193 miles, or 79 hours by road, and they are who we're going to play today. Sometimes geographical splitting just doesn't work. Hello, my name's Damien, I am that trucking football manager. Welcome back to Glasses United, welcome to the 11th season, and strap in, because this one's going to take a while. Yes, you're right, there are quite a lot of transfers. I mean, they were necessary, this side wasn't very good. This side still isn't very good, but now it's got more people in it. Let's get on with it, it's going to take a while. Transfers? No, I don't do those. Wait, yes I do. We'll go back to the previous season because of the way this works. First of all, the released players. I don't remember exactly who I told you about and who I didn't, but there's plenty. I think I clarified how many were likely to go, and they have now. Matthew Wilkinson, Kevin Ramos, Peter Cabazotto. Feel free to use the pause button at your leisure. Leon Laguerre, Paul G, Lewis Ralph, Matthew Unsworth, Charlie Evans, Chris Hanna, Sean De Los Santos, who's now apparently a director of football, allegedly, Niall Serra, who's a club icon, whoops, Louis Annesley, who I noticed in real life has just left Woking, Tom Lucas, I think it's Woking, Paul Lay, Jeff Booth, Billy Scott Danks. I mean, I nearly did because he looks like an evil witch from a fantasy story, but you know. Luke Black, Graham Terrier, who's out and out retired, and Jake Victor, who I did actually just terminate. He had another year on his contract, and I could just tell he was going to be a pain. He's gone to Mons Calpe. Easier just to get rid of him. No further releases into this season because we've done all our business. There might be some yet, but you know. In terms of transfers in, back to this season, we've got plenty. From Mons Calpe, Callum Heath is a 22-year-old centre midfielder who looks a little bit like Tandy Newton, if we're being honest, but never mind. Physically a bit of a wreck, only 5'9" with a 3 determination. But his first touch is good, his passing is good, his technique is good, positioning and vision are good. The physicals won't matter too much. He's not going to play a lot of football, and the football that he does play will be off the bench quite a lot because he's probably coming on 5th choice for our 2 centre midfield positions. He's not playing a lot. He knows he's not playing a lot. He's on 50 quid a week. Who cares? Hound Dogs player once upon a while ago actually went to Europa. That might have been my fault. I assume it probably was my fault. I do recognise the name Callum Heath. I suspect, now that I think about it, now that I look at that face and that name, I knew when I was signing him, I know that name and I don't know why, but never mind, he'll do a job. And now I think he was a project that I signed for Europa 5 years ago, and he just turned out to be a complete nightmare. I'm pretty sure he just turned out to be a nightmare. He had a row about something or other. Let's face it, he's barely played for Mons Calpe, so the project obviously didn't work. He's played where? 3, 4, 1, and 1. That I make that 9 times in the top division. He's not going to play a lot in top division for us either, but he's vaguely useful. Again, like it always happens, I started signing players and then noticed that I could sign better players. You'd think I'd have learned a lesson by now, but I have not. Ernie Allen. This one's fascinating because obviously I have to play through the bit before I get to the bit that you see. Play through the summer and all that lot. I'm playing through it, and I'm then get to now, and I just looked on the comments section for last video because as I record this, only went up the other day, and I know I'd missed some that I was responding to. In fact, if you got a response at about 9:30 in the morning, that was me. That was me now. So obviously that was me. What a stupid thing to say. Anyway, one of those comments was from John, you wondrous man, who has given me loads of background information about Gibraltar. Always popping up in the comments, fantastically informative. And he popped up and said, "Have you tried Ernie Allen from Mons Calpe?" And I thought, okay, then let's have a look. I literally just looked just before I pressed the record button. Let's have a look. Searched him. I'd already signed him. How bizarre. But more importantly, I'm sure he'll explain before this video comes out, but how on earth did you know about him? He's a regen. I'm confused as to how you could know anything about this person. But never mind, I've signed him anyway. He's not going to be first choice by a stretch, but he's got a chance. He punches too often, but his reflex is good, his aerial reach is good. He's 19. He's in the reserves. He's not in the reserves, actually, but he will be soon. Mons Calpe's first team goalkeeper, 26 and 20 conceded last year, but 11 average rating. 30 and 18 conceded 2 years ago. Didn't play much 2 years ago, for some reason, but 3 years ago, he played a lot of football. Don't really understand that. But again, backup goalkeeper. The guy who was the first team goalkeeper until the guy I just found, Wes Garfield, is a 28-year-old Englishman from Weston-super-Mare, just round the corner. Reflexes reasonably good, aerial reasonably good, but these are all at the high end of single digits, which are okay. Decision making's good. Anticipation isn't. I mean, anticipating stuff as a goalkeeper is quite useful. Weston-super-Mare goalkeeper has been playing in the National League South and whatever levels below that for a lot of years, and conceding quite a lot of goals, if we're being honest. 319 conceded in 220 games. Nearly a goal and a half a game. Oops. But, again, he might now be our backup, which is a worry, because we're paying him 300 quid a week, but never mind. The money is not a concern. Oh, that's the thing I forgot to mention. Oh dear, I'm being all random. Who would have expected that? There was a takeover. Just as the summer was opening, and just as players started moving around, I got hit with a transfer embargo, because there was a takeover. And it was over very quickly, and it wasn't a worry. The new chairman's come in, and he went, "I'm adding £13,000 to the club finances." That's 300 and something in the bank. So, barely noticed that. And then he said, "By the way, I'm upping the transfer budget a bit." And he upped it from 4,000 to 275,000. No idea what I'm going to spend that money on. I haven't got a clue. Like, no one who's worth 100th of that would come to Glasgow United. It's completely worthless money. I would rather he put that in the training facilities. But there it is. It's there. So we've got a wage budget that, frankly, could support the royal family for a few days. So we really have no concerns about money whatsoever. Which is good, because I'm wasting it. Delane Ferguson from Colville is a centre midfielder. He's going to complete the triumvirate of centre midfielders. His pace, dreadful. His determination, also dreadful. But there's some stats here that matter. Passing 15, technique 13, teamwork 12, first touch 13. We're back at the level at which we can't sign an entire player. We have to sign parts of a player. This one doesn't have the footballer in there. Oh, he does. That's the problem. He's a footballer, not a professional. There's big chunks of his game missing. Again, most of his physical stats, he's only 6'0" with a jumping reach of 13. He can jump pretty high, and he's reasonably naturally fit, but weak, can't accelerate, can't run, falls over a lot, and no determination. But we can't sign a full player, so stop trying. He was at Colville, which I believe is the Northern Premier, but it might be the level below that. It's a bad level. But he's playing full seasons and putting in okay performances there. He was at Bradford Park Avenue once upon a time, but couldn't get a game in the National League North. Some of the teams that we've been losing players to, we lost a lot of players to St. Joseph's. Like, not our players, but players we were trying to sign. St. Joseph's were also coming in and poaching them. And as soon as St. Joseph's went in for him, I knew I wasn't going to get them, so I just moved on and started trying to sign someone else. But some of the other clubs we've lost players to. Players have chosen Gloucester. I want to say Colville might actually be one of them. Northwich Victoria, which I thought had gone bust, but someone went there. And we actually lost one to the Hound Dogs. How are we losing a player to the Hound Dogs? They don't play real football. That's why we're not there anymore. We couldn't turn them into a real team. But yeah, he instead of taking 120 quid a week off us, he's working for them for no money at all. The standard of club that we are at the minute. This is why we're not signing proper players. Shane Barry has come in from Lynx and is now making a fuss because I signed other players as well. Finishing 12 composure 10. Pace, well, physicals in general again could be better, but this one's more determined. But he's thrown his toys out the pram about signing players. He might not work out either, but again, he's 50 quid a week, and we've got transfer budget, so we can afford to sack him. That's all I can spend the transfer budget on, really, is throwing them away. Europa player once upon a time, but I think before I got there, went to Lynx on a free, and then has been playing most seasons for Lynx. Lynx are not a good team. Lynx are worse than us, if you've forgotten. They did steal a place in the top half last year, and then got roundly pounded by everyone else in the top half, including us. Then Harvey Sutcliffe, I assume Peter's brother, has come in from Nantwich, which is a snack that you eat, which is 2 slices of bread, I think, a Nantwich. Physicals, again, nearly double digits in all of them. That's as good as we're going to get a lot of the time. He's a right back. We needed that position covering. Marking, tackling, okay. Position teamwork, quite good. Decision making, good. Again, single digits always look dreadful, but actually they're pretty good single digits, and we're going to have to settle for that. Stalybridge Celtic, Leeds United once upon a time, but regular Turner Outer in the National League North. Yeah, and then he went to Nantwich at a lower level than that and played once, which is a bit weird. Anyway, we're not done yet. Next page. Kyle Victory from Europa. We played him a couple of times at right back, and then a better right back came along, like a youngster. He's okay again. Physicals are better, technicals are worse than the other guy, so an option there. We've got too many players again. This is something I do. We're paying him too much money as well, 190 quid a week for 2 years. But at 20, might develop, probably won't with a 5 determination, but you never know, we might be able to beat him into shape. He was out on loan to the Lions for like 3 straight years while I was there. I could have sworn we played him a couple of times for the Europa first team, but apparently we didn't. He was certainly in the squad for a while. I must have just never given him a game, which is annoying because, you know, he could have done with that experience. But I know that Luca Phillips was another right back who was also of a similar age but a bit better. So I guess I was giving him the game time. Josh Blakesley. This one's funny. There's now like 3 in a row, which are very funny. It is a what's the word I want? Not bug. Bug's the wrong word. I'm gonna say glitch, or maybe just a logic error in the game that you can exploit to your heart's content. If you're at this level and you're offering players trials, offered this man a trial, he refused. Not interested in coming in on trial. Okay. Just out of curiosity, because I couldn't see a lot of his stats. How much money do you want? Oh, I'll take a non-contract, sir. So basically what he's done is he's coming on trial. If we ever play him, he'll cost 80 quid per game. But I don't need to ever play him. And I probably won't, looking at him. His pace is the scary number there. So ultimately, he's on a non-contract. I've taken him in, I've looked at him, I don't like him, I'm going to kick him out. In fact, he's gone. And that is a again, I want to say logic error. I don't think it's a bug. It's something that probably needs fixing. Yeah, he didn't want to come in on trial, so I signed him for no money and released him. I don't know why I'm showing you this. I've just sacked him. For some reason, Derby County signed him. I have no idea. No idea at all. Ooh, League One. That's interesting. We'll go have a quick look at England, because this is going to be quite a short episode anyway. We'll have a quick look at England, because I'll forget another time. But yeah, Darlington, Buxton, Merthyr. England? Merthyr Tydfil's pretty solidly in Wales, but never mind. And then Derby County, where he never played. He's not young. I don't know why Derby would have picked him up. I really have no idea. Maybe their scouts are as bad as ours. Anyway, he's gone again now. Jack Hollis, same deal. This one I will probably keep around because the physicals are good. The mentals aren't bad, to be fair. So, again, we're not paying him until he plays a game, so he can just sit in the squad. It's fine by me, I don't care. We can sack him whenever we want. I wouldn't be surprised if it's fairly soon. Oliver Turner, another one in that category. And I think another one that's going to go the same way as... Yeah, he's gone. Physicals aren't good enough, and only because he's a centre midfielder. We have so many good centre midfielders, he'll never get a game. Scunthorpe paid £3,700 to borrow him off Swindon Town. Why would he be at Swindon Town in the first place? Why would you pay money to borrow this man? Never mind. He's gone. Kenny Coker is not anymore one of those. Physicals are, again, double digits, but only just. But I needed another forward that is a full forward. All of the positions I belong to him. And he's versatile enough to be a left winger, a right winger, and a striker. As a cover option in all of those places, let's be honest. But good enough for now. 350 quid a week for 2 years. Yeah, I know. But, again, we don't have to think about money. He's Southend, Norwich, on loan to Dordrecht. Odd move. Doncaster, Barnet. Barnet played him regularly in the National League South until last year when they didn't anymore. Lewis Forrest is a left back. Physicals are there apart from pace, which is the one we really want, but never mind. 22 years old, 375 quid a week, probably too much money. Technicals are middle of single digits, which is not so good, but he'll develop. He's 22, 10 determination will do at this level. Queen's Park Rangers, then Dorchester. That's a drop. Dorchester, where they got into the National League South and he played an entire season for them, so fair enough. This is the level we're at, isn't it? Chris Eaton, left winger, good physicals, reasonable technicals, thinks he can play up front, finishing 4. Probably not a striker out and out, but never mind, we've got a couple of those already. Milton Keynes, the McDons, down to Stourbridge, where he played 3 full seasons, one of which was in National League North. Again, this is the standard we're at. And finally, Zach Kay is a right winger, left winger, kind of, sort of, everything. Again, not a striker. His finishing is 4. But again, one of those versatile, stick him anywhere up front and hope for the best kind of players. Eyes really close together and very, very small. Don't think that's very good, but never mind. Dorking and then Dorchester. So we know what Dorchester League progression is like now. Dorking, well, that's a club that poached a couple of our players as well. They're not our players that we wanted. They chose Dorking over us. And we're getting a senior affiliate. There's a couple more on the table that we're hoping to get in, I thought. There is not a couple more on the table we're hoping to get. I could have sworn I had transfer offers in for players. A goalkeeper in particular. Maybe I've not done it yet. Yes, no. I'm probably going to sign this guy's first choice goalkeeper. We're going to wait a little bit longer for some of these to even out a bit more, because the trial doesn't end for another half a week. So you'll know by the end of the episode if we're getting him or not. Pick an Englishman. Go to English. Go to the competitions. Premier League. There we go. Premier League. Let's see how that finished last year. Stages. What? Bristol City? Get out. Game's broken. We're ending the save. No, apart from them, no obviously weird names. Bristol City, though? Really? I'm trying to see if there's any obvious names missing. I haven't clocked it yet. Last year, the winners were Manchester City, followed closely by Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, fair play, Newcastle. Leeds must have won a cup. West Brom, Wolves and Villa went down. Ooh, not a good day for the Midlands. West Brom, Wolves and Villa. Sorry, Gary. Sorry, Aussie villain as well, to be fair. They all went south like a duck in winter, as they say. Right, Championship. Last season. Brighton won at Bristol City. 2nd, Stoke City. 4th. Again, no particular... Shrewsbury, to be fair. Lincoln and Fleetwood and Coventry. Well, Lincoln in particular. Surprising. League... No, stop doing that. I want that button. League 1 for last year. Hull, Derby and Barnsley going up. Blackpool, Gillingham, Cambridge and Crawley going down. Argyle with a mediocre mid-table finish. We'll take that. Portsmouth, still down here and still struggling. Again, no particular... Birmingham City, actually, still struggling. Bradford. Burton. You'd take low end League 1, right? Have I seen Swindon yet? I feel like I haven't seen Swindon yet. There they are. Ooh. We don't like that. Never mind. Any really weird ones down here? Bromley, established League 2 side. Harrogate and Maidstone both gave it a shot, but died down. Doncaster and Carlisle, you wouldn't expect to see down that way. I am just rambling now. Quickly, have I got the conference loaded? There we go. Oh, I must have, because I've seen... last... There we go. Oldham won it. Yay! Scunthorpe went up as well. York falling out of the National League. Curzon Ashton doing well. Fair enough. St Evanage. Crew. Oh dear. One more pop. Let's pop down to the north and south for last season. Again, just for your own. I wouldn't want someone to. Why are Gloucester in a National League North? That's geographically questionable, unless everyone in the south is from London. To be fair, pretty much everyone from the south is in London, aren't they? Look at that. Cray, Dulwich, Wellston, Woking, almost in London. Don't tell them I said that. Barnet, Worthing. I know it's not in London, but still. Dartford. To be fair, Gloucester would be in the north, wouldn't they? Or maybe Hungerford. Anyway, that's enough of that. We've got football to do. What's that? 21 minutes and 45 seconds. Brilliant. Editing will bring that down to about 21 minutes and 30 seconds. Because I don't need to cut out anything I do. So we're going with the same old formation again. You can see the newbies in here. Wes Garfield will be in goal with Forrest, Hobbs, Yo and Victory along the back four. Wells, Morrison and Heath in the middle. Kay and Eaton on the wings. Cawthorne and Coker up front. Yes. We did play a big old bunch of friendlies. And it obviously hasn't helped. 5 friendlies we played, and it hasn't really helped the team cohesion at all. Not the team cohesion or the fitness, which is all still mediocre. But it's better than thumbs down, apart from him, which is thumbs down. We have struggled a little bit with registration rules, simply because we've got a lot of players. Obviously, as time goes by, many of these will be chucked into reserves. But also, because of we've got to do some numbering here. Wes Garfield have the big number 1. Ernie Allen, number 23. Forrest is a left back, number 3's gone, so you'll have to have 27 hardlines. Carl Victory right back, yeah, you can have the 2, why not? Delane Ferguson centre mid, 18. Chris Eaton, 26. Zach Kay, 32. Jack Hollis, 19. Kenny Coker, 31. Why is Jack Hollis getting on the bench? I thought I was about to sack him. Oh, well, never mind. So, yeah, the other thing is because obviously of the speed of the development of the club, of the fact that I've turned them around to the point of being a European team so quickly and signed so many players, means that we haven't got enough of the homegrown at-club players for the registration. It's a bit of a problem. The faith in you chat is not going so well. Chairperson Harvey Sutcliffe we'll talk about players playing. Shut up and go away. I forgot to turn those off again. Yeah, so we haven't got enough club homegrown players. We've got plenty of nation homegrown players. We will not have that problem in the league for a little while. But club homegrown is an issue. So we only registered 23 out of possible 25. Other things to catch you up on. Obviously, if you do recognise the name Tobel and you're scratching your head as to why you recognise it, they were in the same Europa Conference League group as the mighty Europa last year, and they did take a point off Europa, but otherwise got absolutely hammered. Goal kick after a free kick just clips over the top. Other clubs, Europa drew. I want to say HK Helsinki, but I don't think that's right. They drew a fairly big name, which I wouldn't expect them to beat. So I think they're going to be falling into the Conference League in the next round. The other teams in this level, Man 62 have got... Oh dear. That was a bit easy, wasn't it? Kazakhstan go 1-0 up after half an hour. I don't expect to go through here, by the way. I want to make that clear now. And if we do go through here, we will be playing Shakhtar Donetsk. So we will definitely be going out in the next round. it would be nice to get through this round, obviously, to get a little bit more cash, but it's not a lot of cash, like 80 grand or something. So it won't make a massive difference. Mons Calpe are getting smashed by Ghent. Man 62 are playing next Wednesday, because I guess we're using the stadium at the minute. And they are playing against somebody. I had all this memorized, and I didn't write it down. And I thought, I'll remember that, and I did not remember that. Lincoln have got an easy tie, though, and they're playing today, and I can't remember who against either. But in that case, it's because I genuinely don't think I've ever heard of them. Lincoln should be easily through to the next round. It's Ghent that are smashing Mons Calpe. Man 62 have got someone else, and I'm sure they're difficult. Coco with the header, and it's just wide. And to be fair, we should be paying more attention to this game, because it's not a stuffing. Quick pause to look and see if we can find Lincoln. We cannot. I'll go looking then, fine. Competitions. Conference League. Let's have it by stage so we can look for the flag. That's us. Lincoln are up here somewhere, I'm sure they are. Lincoln are down here somewhere, I'm sure they are. Lokomotiva Zagreb. So, never heard of them. And if we go by fixtures, then we can find the other one easily enough. It is... Come on. Why is it going there? Oh, Mons Calpe again. Okay. Where's Man 62 then? I'm sure they qualified in this. Ghent Mons Calpe. Wait, Mons Calpe, us, Lincoln. No, of course there's not another one. Mons Calpe Ghent. Idiot. Us and Tobel, Lincoln and what I've already said, Lokomotiva thingy, and from the Champions League. No, we don't want to look at last year. Europa, Gothenburg. I knew it was somewhere up that way. 1-0 down on aggregate to Gothenburg. They're probably out, I would say, going away to Gothenburg next. So we're going to struggle with the European coefficient points again. Oh well. We'll get there in the end. Maybe. Genuinely, I'm a little bit worried about that, because I did think that having pretty much established... Oh, Garfield, that's poor goalkeeping. Daulet Thedakametotov puts them ahead. If we lose this one comfortably, we might just bin the episode early. So don't look at the running time. Like I said, I don't expect to get through this. As our first visit into Europe, it's a bit of fun. There's very much still a construction of team thing going on. We'll qualify for Europe next year, and we'll do better. That's my intention. Forrest is going to try and take a long throw. Fails to get it over anyone. Alexeyev. I'm sure I turned those off. Melikov. I mean, I know it's not much of a spoiler to say we're probably going out to this team. I mean, they qualified for the group stage last year. And they took a point off Europa. We're not going to take any points off Europa. Seydakmet takes on Heath, who's in danger of getting sent off, I think. Seydakmet again takes on Heath, who's in danger of getting sent off. Slots one in front of... Oh, Hobbs, what are you doing? Yeah, it's going to be one match this episode, isn't it? That's dreadful. I mean, the goalkeeper's picked the ball up. What are you fouling him for? Yeah. So, funny story, there's a probably by now long time retired footballer from the local leagues in Devon who used to referee, had a hell of a reputation. He was called Glyn Hobbs, and his reputation was for hitting people with elbows and things. I can't say whether it was true or not, because I only ever refereed him once, and he was good as gold. But then it was in a friendly, I think, so he wasn't really bothered. What are we going to say about this? Absolutely terrible. Let's go with absolutely terrible. And let's just chuck them all back out there for the second half. Victory with a throw into K, nods it down to Heath. We've got some football here, folks. We're touching the ball and everything. Heath, let's send one long. Not going to get over the defence. And Besimbayev, Alexeyev. It would be easier if I could taste my what? It's a Tastimirov. Victory wins it well and then plays a creative ball into Heath. Heath sends it long and gives it to the exact same defender he gave it to last time. And here they come again. Alexeyev to Melikov. And that's a back pass, isn't it? I mean, that was far too easy. So it's 4-0. The tie is over. There won't be a second match on this episode, but that's good because it's past the half-hour mark at this point. Well, it's about to for you, I think. So, yeah, we'll come back for the start of a league season, I guess. There'll probably be more signings, but maybe not that many. Depends who turns up. New goalkeeper. Montecalpe smashing Ghent. Can we get down as far as the Lincoln game? No. Oops, zoomed a bit. Forest with a long throw in. Straight to Melikov. I will find that setting and kill it. I'm sure I turned it off though, so it could be that he's just thinking that's the right decision. Abdikadirov finds Wells Morrison. Garfield to Yo. Victory. Not looking likely. K. Sends one forward. Cawthorne this time. Kostov gets confused. Cawthorne through. Goes round the goalkeeper. Tucks it in. And we have a goal. The turnaround starts here, folks. Cawthorne genuinely got lost on the way to the ball. Did you notice that? He ran back towards the ball and was like, it was going to his side. And he was like, oh, it's that way. And turned and went towards it. But, I mean, brilliantly rounded the goalkeeper, to be fair. Kotov, there's no S, Kotov, did not cover himself in glory, but let's face it, he's been winning everything else back there, so. Tastimarov, or Taste My Rov, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Nabiev. Taste My Rov. I mean, I can take the piss out of names now, because, you know, we're not going to get back into this. Heath to Hobbs. Hobbs has a bit of space to come forward into. Wells Morrison. Cawthorne to Coker. K. Lunged at by Taste My Rov. K goes out to Eaton. There's an underlap on, but Forrest doesn't go. Heaton drives it in. Good header just over the top from Coker. I think we'll go ahead and hit the triple sub button because we might as well at this point. We might as well see some other names. So Greg Simpson can come on for Eaton. Delane Ferguson can come on for Mr. Yellow Card. And who else is new? I'm not going to play Jack Hollis. I don't want to pay him. Yeah, let's play Jack Hollis. Why not? Zach K can come off for him. Wait, are you that bad at right wing? Oh, you're exclusively left-footed. Brilliant. We like those. Kenny Coke can go down there then. Oh, you're not a very good striker either. Fair enough. We'll just do that. Omarov to take a corner for them. Forrest was on the post and then mysteriously ran away just as the corner came in. Omarov to Melikov, who hits one, and Garfield's made out of tissue paper, isn't he? My days. 300 quid a week for 2 seasons. Just saying. How much is that? 50 weeks in a year. Call it 50 for round numbers. 50 weeks in a year. 300 quid a week for 100. So £30,000. £30,000 to sack him. Tempting. Very, very tempting. He might get better, but I am famously very patient with goalkeepers. Hollis to Ferguson. Ferguson sends one in front of Simpson. It's a good ball. Cawthorne's in a bit of space too. He's run offside and continued running. Simpson to Forrest. Early ball in, back stick, headed across by Coco, and it's just over the top. And to be fair, 5-1's probably a little. No, it's not actually, is it? Look at those shots. 5-1's about right. Our goalkeeper's made out of tinfoil, but we're still not creating enough. Not creative enough. We're not positive enough. It's bad news for the Glacis game. Yo brings it under control. Ferguson to Victory. Coker to Victory. Oh, he's missed him. Ferguson to Victory. To Coker. It's important to point out that, you know, we're not done with this team by any stretch. Like, it's one summer of fixing a bit. Ferguson lumps it forward towards Simpson. First time volleyed cross. Hollis scores himself a goal. Maybe we are keeping him. Taps it into the... Oh, he's offside. Never mind. Stand down, folks. Stand down. Who's offside? Oh, Simpson's offside. And Hollis was offside. They were both offside. 2 offsides in the same move is actually quite an achievement. And I think it needs to be recognised. Unlucky, but we can exact revenge. We won't. Yeah, I'm going to bin it there, because there's no point. We're 5-1 down. We're nowhere near as good as them. We weren't as bad as the scoreline suggests. Karvich, how many of them did you want me to substitute? You substituted as many of them as I could. Looks to me like... Where was it? I just saw fixtures. Results. Ghent smashed Mons Calpe 5-0. That one's over. Lincoln are down here somewhere, aren't they? Smashed 4-0 by Lokomotiva. It's going to be another season, isn't it, folks? Right. Well, that'll do. That's Europe over. Europa against Göteborg is literally our only hope. Spiffing. I will see you all at the start of a regular season. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please do like, sub up if you're new. Have a lovely weekend. Why is this bloke red? I mean, really red. Whose idea was that? Anyway. Quite a good goalkeeper. Shall I sign him? Have a lovely weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.